himself, Lizardo Tavares, Mr. Teacup. Y'all already know, literally, guys, like when I tell you he is such a servant leader, like, I've learned so much from him in such a short amount of time. Like literally so much about this industry, so much about myself, so much about like staying grounded and really just, being about my business. You feel me? Like, and he's from New York too, so y'all already know it's lit. Facts. Drop some teacups in the chat. Drop some teacups in the chat. Because this call is about to be super fire. I have my iPad right here ready to take notes. If y'all do not have a pen and paper out, family, y'all is tripping right now. So y'all better run to your bags and go get that for real. Because y'all already know we got the GOAT, the man himself, Lizardo. Let me make you host so you could take over. It's lit. Hold on, let me find you. It's lit.
Hey, what's up? What's up, sis?
What's up?
What's going on?
Chilling here.
You in Houston?
Yeah, facts.
Oh man, all right, all right. Well, listen, I appreciate you having me on this call. I'm grateful that you even reached out to have me on this call, so I do appreciate that. How's everybody feeling today? I know it's a Saturday. You guys are here. It's so crazy because I have an event at like 7 o'clock, 7:30. Me and Bryce Thompson, we're doing an event together here in Boston. So I'm out here in Boston, but like I say to man, this grind never stops. You know what I'm saying? Like what we do here is never stops. It's like a full-time job plus overtime what we do. Because I always say this is harder than a job. You know what I'm saying? We make it look easy, but at the end of the day, this is harder than a job because you really got to put in the hours to really get what you want out of it. But the thing is, if you do put in the hours, the results are unlike a job. You have no ceiling when it comes to what you're gonna get paid. So I just love doing this. You gotta love this to make money. If you want to make money with this, you gotta love it. You can't just like it. You gotta love doing what you do. And I love doing what I do. And one thing I want to talk about today, as I start this call, because I don't need to introduce myself. I think everybody knows who I am and stuff like that. If you follow me or you just knew, I think everybody knows who I am. One thing I want to talk about is leadership. Because I feel like in this industry, that gets thrown around a lot. Like, oh, you're a leader, you want to be a leader. Everybody wants to come to the forefront to become a leader. But I need you to understand that leaders lead with actions, not with their mouths. Don't be that leader that leads with their mouths, not with their actions. Because a lot of times we get it confused. We think leadership comes from words. It's not from words, it's from actions. I'd rather my team see me grind than hear me talk. Does that make sense? I'd rather my team see me grind than hear me talk. Because sometimes we get caught up on wanting to give the message, wanting to talk to our team, to talk. But sometimes you're doing a lot of talking and not a lot of working. And people see that, especially if you are the leader of your team. If you're the leader of your team hears what you say, but watches what you do. So I want you to really understand that your team is going to hear what you say, but actually watch what you do. So you can't go and tell people to do stuff that you're not doing yourself. It's easy in this business to be like, you know what? My team isn't moving. My team isn't doing this. Why is my team ain't bringing people in? But I always ask yourself before you say, why isn't my team bringing people in? Why isn't my team moving? Before you call your upline and ask them that question, like, why my team isn't moving? Why is it just not going anywhere? Ask yourself this question before you make that call and before you start blaming others. What have you done? What have you done to move? What have you done to bring in new people? See, it's easy to blame others. Like, hey, I mean, have you ever got that phone call when people tell you, man, this person ain't moving, that person ain't moving, this ain't, man, like, it's just, nobody's bringing in people. You ever get that call? You ever make that call? You need to ask that person or you need to ask yourself, but what have I been doing? Have I been moving? Have I been bringing in people? Because it's easy to go into management mode when you hit a rank. So what I mean by management mode, we all had jobs where the manager tells you what to do. He tells everybody what to do, delegates all the work, and everybody does it, right? While him or she is, on emails all day. That's what a manager does. Some of you guys have gone to management mode in your business. You're waiting on your team members to bring people in so then you can go work with them. That's not how it works. Why don't you bring people in so you go work with them instead of waiting for your team to bring in new blood so you go work with them? That's the problem. If you challenge yourself every week to hit P150, you will see how your volume will go up, because every time you personally bring in people, you're really adding new networks to your network. right? You're really adding new networks to your personal networks. So when you're just waiting on a team or your downline to bring in people, you're waiting on them so they can add networks to your network. And last time I checked, I don't wait on no man or woman to get me paid. If I have to rely on the next man or woman to get me paid, then I'm not going to be able to get paid, because I have to rely on myself. I have to trust myself. I have to bet on myself that I need to do the job so they could watch me work. Because at the end of the day, if your team sees you and feels like they out grinding you, if they feel like they out grinding you, they're gonna look at you different. See, you got to set the example as the leader of the team. You can't I make sure that I let nobody in my downline outwork me. I make sure that I let nobody in my downline outwork me. Because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna tell them to do something, if I'm gonna get on these calls and talk my shit like I do, I gotta talk my shit, but I gotta have the facts and I gotta have the stuff to back it up. So when I talk, they're going to listen, because they're like, you know what? Hey, one thing I can say about Lasaldo is he doesn't stop. That motherfucker's everywhere. He's here, he's there, he's taking a flight, he's doing an event, he's doing a Zoom call. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. So then when I tell you, listen, you got to do this, 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 and this, it feels different. You reciprocate it different, right? You listen to it different because you know, hey, I know that man's working. Because the easiest thing to do is blame everybody else but yourself for your lack of success. Remember, your downline paid $235 for the opportunity, not paid $235 to be a slave. Your downline paid $235 for the opportunity, not to be a slave. Like they try to leave. See, a lot of people when they join have jobs, they try to leave one boss. They don't need a second boss. The reason why they signed was because they was trying to leave their first boss. We don't need you to come in and be their second boss. So when all you're doing is telling people what to do and not doing it yourself, that's how they feel. That's how your team is going. That's why I say the leadership, everybody wants to be a leader, but a lot of you guys are not even ready for that role. A lot of you guys don't even understand that you're not even ready for that role. You want to be a leader. You want to hit these ranks. You want to hit P600, P1000, P2000, P5000, chairman, so you could be called a leader. But a lot of you guys sometimes ain't even ready for that position, ain't even ready for that rank, ain't even ready for that role. You have to grow into leadership. Because again, a lot of you guys go into that word that I said before, management mode. Y'all think that y'all got it all figured out. And I need to understand the people that got you to this rank right now aren't going to get you to the next rank. So in this business, you can never go in management mode. You know when you go in management mode? When you hit chairman 750. Because until they open up another rank, cool, you're 750. That's when you go in management mode. That's when you can wait for your team to bring in people. But right now, when you're chairman 10, chairman 25, chairman 50, P600, P1000, P2000, P5000, you can't afford to go into management mode. Because some of you guys are actually the upline waiting on your downline to do a Zoom, to do an opportunity course, you get your guest on. I'm going to say that again because that might have went over your head. Some of you guys play this role of leadership, want to be a leader, but are still waiting for your downline to do an opportunity call on Zoom so you can bring your guests, but yet you're the upline. Because that means you haven't even learned the presentation. You haven't taken the time out to learn how to really do the business. How many of you guys know how to trade? Some of you guys start becoming liabilities instead of assets to your team. And then you wonder why your team isn't moving. Because the biggest liability on your team is you. You are the reason why your team isn't moving. Your lack of leadership, your lack of actually learning the business, learning your craft, working on your craft is the reason why your team isn't moving. Your team rises and falls on leadership of your leadership. But if you're not ready for that role, if you're not doing the proper things to get yourself ready for that role, if you're not becoming an asset instead of a liability team, why do you think you're always going to have these calls to your upline saying why my team isn't moving? Like, type in a 1, and I want you to be honest. Type in a 1 the last time you hit P150. If you hit P150 in the last 5 weeks, type in a 1. And when I mean P150, I'm meaning you brought in 3 in 1 week, not one week to the next. No, that in 1 week you hit P150 in the last 5 weeks. Type in a 1. Some people say never mind. So in the last 5 weeks, you've brought in 3 people in 1 week. That's what you're telling me. Well, I need you to do that every single week. because there's a Michelle in your organization, in your network, right? In that person's network. See, everybody has 2 chairmen in their network. So when you constantly bring in 3 people every week, that means you got 6 opportunities to find those 2 aces in those people's network. See, there's people in those, there's a Bryce in those networks, there's a David Emanite, there's a Ty, there's a Mitch, there's a Manny, there's a bunch of people in those people organizations that you bring in that are like, you ever seen the Titanic where they waving for that boat to come save them when they're in the water? There's people in that network waving to be saved by you. They're in that network waiting for this opportunity. You just got to find them. But see, when you're relying on everybody else, to bring people in, then that means you're relying on everybody else to get paid. Last time I checked, this is your business. You pay the $235 for your business, to run your business, not let anybody else run your business. See, that $235 granted you the opportunity, right, to change your situation. It didn't grant you an opportunity for others to change your situation. That $235 didn't grant you an opportunity for others to change your situation. It granted you an opportunity for you to change your situation. Some of y'all waiting for others to change your situation. It's like when you get your pay quicker. We got our pay quicker Friday. Type in the 2 if you got paid Friday. Type in the 2 if you collected some type of residual on Friday. Okay, there's people here that collected a residual on Friday. Now let me ask you a question. This past Friday, when you collected that residual, did you share your residual with your downline, your upline? Did you say, here, Mitch, here's $50 for some lunch, your great upline. Downline, here's $50, everybody go to lunch, here's $20, everybody lunch on me, whatever it is. Did you share anything? Because I want you to understand, if you're not going to share your residuals, then you shouldn't share the blame when your team isn't moving. If you're not sharing your residuals with your upline, your downline, then don't share the blame when your team isn't moving. Because last time I checked, when you get that check on Friday, you're not dispersing to anybody on your upline or your downline. So you can't share the blame when your business isn't moving. If you're going to keep the check, keep the blame. If you're going to keep the check, keep the blame. That's what I'm saying. Because what we like to do is collect the check and say, oh, pick it for Friday, but then blame everybody else in our organization for our team not building, for our team not moving, for us not hitting the next rank. If you're going to keep the chain, if you're going to keep the check, keep the blame. Now, if you're dispersing your residuals, then you got the right to blame because you're dispersing your residuals. But if you're not, don't disperse the blame. Because I tell you, when you get that pay quicker, the last people you are, and let's keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck. The last people that you are thinking about is your upline, your downline, when that email gets sent to your email Friday. I'm going to keep it 100. Because I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. So I'm not gonna tell you something that I'm not guilty of. I'm guilty. When I get that shit on Friday, I'm like, oh shit, I'm lit. I'm not thinking about nothing else, but I'm lit at the moment. I'm keeping it 100. And I know everybody else thinks like that. That's why I never blame nobody when my business isn't growing. I look in the mirror, see that reflection in the mirror, the bald head that I see, that's the person I'm blaming. When my team isn't moving. That's the person, the bald person I see in the reflection in the mirror, that's the person I'm blaming when my team isn't moving, when nobody's coming in, when I feel like my business is consolidated, is in pullback. I blame that bald-headed person I see in the mirror. Because that person, when he collects his residual, he ain't sharing it. He's not sharing it. So if I'm going to keep the change, I'm going to keep the blame. That's it. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with all that. Some of y'all ain't ready for that yet, though. Some of y'all want to blame your upline, your downline, your crossline, everybody for your lack of, hold on, give me one second. So, it's easy, like I said, it's easy to blame others. And I always say, man, listen, at the end of the day, if your upline, God forbid, dies tonight, does your business die with him or her? You gotta ask yourself that. If your upline dies tonight, does your business die with him or her? No, your business keeps going. Your business, so you are responsible for you. You are responsible to get your business to that next level. If nobody's bringing people in, you bring people in. If nobody's doing Zooms, you do Zooms. If nobody's doing Zooms on trading, you do Zooms on trading. You see, the 235 didn't get you entitled to nothing. I was gonna say 235 was an opportunity, not an entitlement. Y'all pay 235 and y'all waiting for your upline to put a Mitch on one leg, time the other leg, and let's say a Darwin on the other leg, because y'all pay 235. So you feel like, well, hold on, I pay you 235, so you should put this person here, the other person my middle leg, and the other person my right leg, and then those people here, I can go to chairman. No. 235 just got you an opportunity, not an entitlement. Just because you pay the company 235 to be on my team doesn't mean I'm entitled to get you the chairman. I'm entitled to help you, but not do your business for you. So your upline is here to help you build your business, not build a business for you. Your upline is here to help you build your business, not build the business for you. The 235 didn't entitle your upline to build the whole business for you. They entitled them to help you build your business. You know, because you got to understand, one hand washes the other, two washes the face. So if you pay 235 to join my team under me, then you know what? Two hands got to wash that face. We got to be equal terms. You're going to meet me in the middle. I'll meet you in the middle. You meet me in the middle. Some of y'all want your upline to meet you 90% and you meet 10% and then want to hit chairman. Then you say, well, things don't work when things ain't going away. But are you working? Are you working? Because I bet you any money, your upline would love to work with you every single day. But how many days have you called your upline to work? But then you be like, well, this don't work. Oh, but she's not doing nothing. He's not doing nothing. How many times have you reached out? See, you need to, if you really want this, you need to bug your upline every day. You need to bug your upline every single day. People ask me, your Teacup, how you know the difference between a lion and a sheep on your team? Easily. Sheep don't call you. You have to call sheep. Lions call you. Sheep don't call you. You got to be calling sheep, texting, calling. You got to hunt them down to do something. A lion's going to be right at your door. The lion's going to be the first person to text you. The lion's going to be the first person looking for you to help them because they want to succeed. The sheep, you got to be looking for them. You got to put the binoculars on looking for them because they know where to be found. Sheep ain't going to call you. The lions are going to call you. Understand, the sheep ain't going to call you. The lions are going to call you. That's how you can tell the difference between who's a sheep and who's a lion on your team. And sometimes, sad to say, you're the biggest sheep on your own team. Sometimes you are the biggest sheep on your own team. Sometimes you need to get out your own way to have success because you're the one blocking your success. Your lack of commitment, your lack of ambition, your lack of drive is stopping you because you see, you're treating this like you pay 235 and then this is why you're getting paid 235. You're treating this like you paid 235 to get involved. That's why your residuals be like 235. That's why you don't make no money with this. If you was to treat this like you paid $1 million out your pocket, let me ask you a real question. If you was to treat this like you paid $1 million out your pocket, what would your work level be? What would be your work ethic? If you actually took out $1 million from your bank account to enroll into IM, your work ethic, your effort will be on a different atmosphere, a different planet. But psychologically, we'd be like, well, we only pay 235. So you know what? Maybe I had a day where Ty sent out a good signal and I made $300 trading. And maybe I hit P600. So now you're ready to think about, well, I already made my money back. So whether this works or not, I already made my money back. That's a poor mindset. That's how poor people think. That's why they're poor. Because you still haven't made the money back for the time you put in to get to Platinum 600, to get to Platinum 1000. How about to have that $300 trading? You still haven't got your money back for the time you put in for that. A poor mindset is going to be like, well, I made my money. I'm good. I made my money. There's a difference between rich and poor, average and great. Ask yourself, am I here just to be average or I'm here to be great? What are you here for? Some of you might be here, might have joined just to be nosy, to see what the hell this Forex shit is about, because you heard about it. Y'all didn't even join to win. Y'all just joined to be nosy. Like, you know how somebody opens the curtain and looks around, see what's going on. They hear a lot of noise. Then let me open this curtain. Let me see what's going on. That's what some of y'all been doing. Y'all open the curtain and see what them Forex boys doing and girls doing. Let me see what they do. Y'all don't even have intuition in your head to win. Y'all just came here to be nosy. So you can tell your other friends that are not enrolled, yeah, them Forex, they just doing this and this and that. Y'all didn't even come here with expectations to win. It's crazy. Some of y'all are here on a freestyle. Y'all don't even know why y'all here. Y'all pay $235 and y'all hope. Y'all hope you get a Mitch on one leg, Tyne on the other leg, Jason Brown on the leg, and you hit chipping. Y'all hope. Y'all didn't even expect to win. Y'all just pay $235, and if the stars are aligned, everything works out. Maybe I hit chairman. A lot of y'all came in already with a mindset of not even winning, just hoping. We don't hope, we don't try. We expect and we do. We don't hope, we don't try. We expect and we do. If you pay your 235 because you expect to hit chairman, you expect to have a 6-7 figure trade account. Now you hope if things fall into place. That's what you've been doing all your life. That's what you're in the situation you're in, because you hope if the stars align, you get this good job, or you go to this school. You hoping. We don't hope. We expect and we get shit done. It's a big, big difference in your mindset. That's what I said. A lot of you guys ain't ready for that leadership role. How you gonna lead when you can't even lead yourself? How you leading other people when you can't even lead yourself? Answer that. I want you to really ask yourself that question. What up? You want me to lead a group of individuals when I can't even lead myself? Because let me tell you something, it's easier at a Plat 600, Plat 1000, Plat 2000 to go backwards than to go forward. I'm gonna tell you that again. Maybe this shit might have not went over your head. It's easier for you in a Platinum 600 rank, Platinum 1000, Platinum 2000 to go backwards than to go forward. Because it takes real growth, real leadership to go from Platinum 2000 to Platinum 5000. See, any fool could stumble into P600. Any dummy could get to P1000. And with some luck, you'll get to P2000. But you can't get to P5000 with luck, stumbling into it, or being a dummy. No, you can't. You need real leadership to get to P5000. Real leadership, real growth, personal growth. Some of y'all collecting checks every Friday that you should really give to your downline because they're the ones who really did the work. You just happen to be their time and placement. Some of y'all should be dispersing that money on Friday because some of y'all are false profit. You're at a rank that you know you shouldn't be at, but you got some hitters under you. You got some hitters under you. They're the ones who deserve the residual, not you. Because time exposes everyone. See, everybody wants to be in the light. Everybody wants to be in front of the camera so you could be known. I want to be that leader so everybody could know me. See, leadership happens when the cameras are off, not when they're on. Leadership happens when the cameras are off, not when they're on. Some of you just run to the camera because you want to be that leader. You want to be known. But when that camera's off, you are really exposed because you have no leadership skills. You can't trade. You can't lead a team. You can't even lead yourself. You haven't grown. But in front of those cameras, we could, listen, you could be a leader in front of that camera disguised as a sheep. We don't know because we only see what we see. So don't run up to that camera if you know behind that when that camera's off, you're not what you're supposed to, you're not what you portray to be in front of that camera. The work happens when the camera's off, not on. I want you to really understand the work happens when the camera's off, not on. What you do in the dark eventually will come out in the light. So keep working. Forget about trying to be known, trying to be recognized. Too many people try to be recognized for what? I want to sneak up on people like, damn, that guy hit C100. From where? Oh, that person hit P2000. Where he came from? Where she came from? Yo, that person hit P5000. Yo, I never knew about that person. That's the person I want to be. I'm trying to lead with my actions, not with my mouth. Lead with your actions, not your words, and watch your team grow. Because we ain't coming to be P1000. That's what, 12,000 a year. We ain't coming to be 2,000. That's 24,000 a year. P5000, that's 60,000. Most Americans at a 9 to 5 actually are P5000s. You know, around that range, 50, 60,000. They're around that range. So you ain't come here to be that. You didn't come here. I know you ain't paid 235 to be that. Because let me tell you something, in this business, you got to work hard. You got to put in overtime. This is harder than a job. A job is easy. You know why? Because I know I'm going to go there for 8 hours and I know what I'm going to do every single day. Here, you don't know what's coming at you every single day. Because remember, when you pay that 235, they never told you, hey, listen, when you pay 235, you're just not learning how to trade Forex and building a business. No, you have to be Dr. Phil. You have to be a psychiatrist. You got to be Maury. You got to be Jerry. You got to be all this stuff when you pay. Nobody told me that, though. I thought I was coming here to trade Forex and build a business, but I know I have to be a psychiatrist. I have to deal with so many personalities. Some people are crazy on my team. Some people are not coachable on my team. Some people give me headaches on my team. Nobody told me how to deal with all that with the 235. They ain't say that in the fine print. You know, the fine print, the little print, they ain't say that. So now you're like, damn, yo, I paid 235. This is hard to do. This is way harder than a job. A job, you know what you're going to do every single day. But here, you don't know what happens when you wake up. Shit, while you sleeping, some crazy shit could happen on your team. People fighting, people arguing. And then you wake up to a bunch of text messages. Yo, I'm going to quit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You don't know what you're going to get when you do this. But you know what? If you actually succeed in this, you can succeed in anything in life. If you can succeed in this, because this is the hardest shit to do. The hardest shit to do, but the best thing to ever do if it works. Because if it works, your payout is going to be on a different level. So yeah, this shit might be the hardest shit you ever did. And I'm not going to lie to you. It is. But goddamn, if it works, it's fucking worth it. Because those residuals behind it, when this shit works for you, after you put all those hours, de-ranking sometimes, people quitting, people coming, people going, people leaving, people being disloyal. But when you get to where you're trying to get to in this business, in this industry, oh man, it's worth it. Trust me, I tell you, it's worth it. So take the time out to make this your end all be all. Even if you have a job, so what? Do this part-time until this becomes full-time. Do this part-time until this becomes full-time. Because this is what's going to get you out your situation. This right here is what's going to change not only your life, but the people that you love, that you're trying to help, their lives also. And the people coming after that. So the days you want to take a day off, the days you wake up and be like, yo, I don't want to do shit with this business. I don't want to deal with my team. I don't want to get on no Zoom calls. I don't do, you know what? Go harder that day. Those are the days you need to go harder. I'm not in this position. Guys, I'm not better than anybody on this call. The only difference between me and everybody on this call, let's be honest, is just that I got to my destination first. Doesn't mean I'm better. Y'all gonna all get to your destination too. I just got there first. That's it. But that doesn't mean I'm better than anybody on this call. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Don't look at anybody in this company like they're better than you. I never look at anybody in this company like they're better than me. I say, well, you know what, David and Benite and Jason and Matt, they got the chairman 750, and Bryce, all right, they just got there first. I said, but they're not better than me, and I'm not better than them, but they're not better than me. That's how I look at people. Some of y'all be thinking like people are really better than you. That's why you psych your own self out, because you be thinking, oh my God, they special because they do it. No, let me tell you something. One time they were in your position, because there's nowhere in hell you signed 235, all of a sudden you hit chairman 750. No, you had to go through P150, and then from there you had to go to P600, and then from there you had to go to P1000. So all those pit stops, they made too. Some of y'all be thinking they paid 235, and as soon as they paid 235, they got chairman 500, chairman 750. No, they had pit stops. They also saw this information like you did from a Zoom or from a couch or an event or at a hotel. They saw this information the same way. They started the same way. Only difference is that they got to their destination first. But if you keep on doing this long enough, you keep at it, you keep opening doors, eventually one of the doors will hit. Eventually one of the doors will open. Eventually you're going to get to your destination. But if you quit, you're never going to know if you would have got there or not. It's 83 people on this call, really 82 aside from me. Matter of fact, 81 because Mitch is on this call. Half of y'all in 6 months won't even be here. That's the sad part. I've seen it before. People fade away. People fade away. You ever had a person on your team that you're like, yo, damn, that person starts out like a house on fire, right? He or she, and then like 2 or 3 months later, somebody asks you about that person, you'd be like, yo, bro, I don't know, man. Like, yo, shit crazy. Like, bro, like you have so much hope and potential for that person, because they were on it and then they fade away. That shit happens so many times in this business. You be like, yo, man, that shit crazy. Like, this person, I thought this person for sure was gonna hit chairman. Like they were on it every day, and then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 months, you text them, they don't text you back. You call them, they send you the voicemail. Like they just fade away. Because they might have hit a rank fast, and then they got some pullback, and they didn't know how to deal with the obstacle. Some people can't handle failure. They can only handle success. Let me tell you something. If you can't handle failure, you're never going to have success. You need to know how to handle failure so you can have success. Some people only know how to handle success, don't know how to handle failure. That's why they never win. Every time I fail, I feel like I get closer to success. I want you to understand. Every time I have failure, I feel like, oh, that's okay. Oh, yeah. I'm getting closer to success. Oh, another failure, I'm getting closer to success. Another failure, oh, I'm getting real close to success. Oh, another failure, oh, they know I'm coming. That's why they're trying to keep me down. But I'm getting closer to success. Some of y'all can't handle failure. Learn how to handle failure so you can have success. Now, some of y'all only like to build when there's momentum, when everything is perfect. That's when y'all build. When everybody's bringing people in, that's when y'all build. Build when the hype is down, not when the hype is up. Build when the hype is down, when nobody's looking, not when the hype is up. Learn how to receive and handle failure. And I tell you right now, you'll be successful in this business. So with that being said, guys, thank you for having me on. Mitch, love you. Thank you for having me on. I hope I gave you what you wanted. I hope I gave everybody here what they wanted. Keep grinding, keep working. From here, I'm going to an event with Bryce Thompson. So guys, I never stop working. This is what I'm saying. I never stop working. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be home, but I'm always on the road. Why? I'm gonna tell you one thing before I leave. This is how crazy I am. So a lot of you guys know that I used to sleep on the couch, right? For 2 years. I was homeless sometimes. I went days without eating. But you know, in my penthouse, I sleep on my couch twice a week to remind me where I was at so I can never go back. So when I wake up from that couch in my penthouse, I wake up like, yo, hold on, I gotta do 50 calls. I gotta get on this Zoom. I gotta trade. I gotta do this because I don't ever want to have that feeling again. That's why I'm still on the road now. I'm a multi-millionaire, still on the road right now, still grinding, still working. Because I look at a couch. I got a couch in this hotel. That shit scares the shit out of me. Looking at couches, I'm traumatized by couches because I slept on them for 2 years. So I'm real talk. I go to therapy because I'm traumatized by couches. So I put myself in that position twice a week in my house. So I know I'm never gonna go back to that shit. That's how you gotta be. I'm relentless with this. I want you to be the same way for your success. Love you guys. I'm out.
Yo, family, drop some fire emojis in the chat. Now that was fire. Guys, I can't even tell you like the amount of value that was just dropped. Guys, my head is still spinning. My head is still spinning. This call was fire. Lou, thank you so much. You are literally a god. Like honestly, you should change your name to Teacup the God. Family, I appreciate you guys for having on this call. It's Saturday. Like I said, millionaires are made on these calls. Take all the information that he just gave us and go out and apply it. Literally share this with your teams, anybody that wasn't on. Everybody needs to hear this information. So I appreciate you guys. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. It is lit. Let's get back to the bag. You already know. Sunday the market's open. I'll talk to y'all later, family.